I'm back, baby. I am back. It's been a long time since I filmed YouTube, and I am excited. I've got myself a new project. I've been too busy working on customer cars, and sitting right here, my new engine. I'm excited for this one. I've already put the crank and the pistons in. She's ready to turn over. I've wound it over a few times, and bloody hell, I'm excited. This one's a little bit different. It's kind of been one of those cars that I have. Well, not the car, but the car's a little bit funky. I've bought it, it's a little bit strange. It's one of those projects I've wanted to do for a long time, and that is convert a front wheel drive car to rear wheel drive. It should be easy enough, right? You'd think so. Cut some stuff off, weld some stuff in, boom, done. But I want to do it nice. And I went for the smallest car I could find, really. But before we get into the car, let's talk about the motor. So right here, we've got what started its life as a 7A FE, and now it's going to be a 7H. So originally it would be a single cam, I believe. And yeah, I've got a twin cam, 16 valve, big port head for it. So it should be a bit of fun. ITBs on it, we'll get to them on soon. ITBs, high comp setup, stronger rods, well, they're small rods. I've built the bottom end already. So that's good to go, and then it's going to get a few bells and whistles like the trigger kit, which that is an MRP one, and I'll do my own top trigger somehow. Not quite sure yet, but we'll play that by ear. But I think what you guys really want to know is, what is this bad girl going into? And that right there is a Toyota Echo. I am making, it's got to be one of the first rear-wheel drive Toyota Echo hatchbacks. Two-door hatchback. I haven't picked the car up yet. It's actually sitting at my mate's work waiting on a key, so it's probably be a couple of videos before that one turns up on a video. But yeah, this video, we need to build the 7H, and I'm damn excited to get into this project. It's going to be a low budget build, but I'm doing everything right. And that's basically keeping the budget low by staying NA, and it just means I don't have to worry about as many bolt-ons, but everything I do, I'm going to try and do right. Wow, mostly. There's going to be some stuff you question on me on this one, I think. Maybe how I do the rear end, but play that by ear and you guys can come along for the ride. I must admit, the Ferrari must already know there's another project going on because she's feeling a little bit neglected. We'll do a video on that one probably next week. Both the front bloody steering rack, it's a mess. She's all sorts of sloppy and it's not happy with me. So right here is the beast. She's looking good, freshly painted in a bit of cast iron. That front trigger kit from MRP, already spaced out. Nice and easy. If you ever set these up, literally wind them till they touch and then one full turn out. Because the thread's only 1mm, that gives you the spacing you need. Brand new Toyota oil pump. MRP idler, because otherwise there's only a tensioner on one side, idler needs to go on the other. That's still loose, that needs to come off before I do everything else. The oil filter's been adapted because that's got some weird like cooler thing, so I've just gone thread in the block, that's done. Need to get an oil pressure sensor for in there, but yeah, I'm not going to rotate it because it's already a TDC, but we've got, I believe they're red top large bore pistons, and then spool rods, crank's already in. The block's been decked, head's been decked. Where is the head actually? I've been moving stuff around all day. The head is hiding over there, under there. So that's good. I'll clean that up in a second, chuck the head gasket on. Got some ARP studs to go in there as well, so we'll get them in there. And yeah, should be good. A pretty easy setup actually to go 7H. I've heard people in the past, I guess there's a lot more parts available now that makes it easier. Show you what was needed to be done. Down the bottom, the timing gear, that's the MRP one as well. So it's moved the keyway from the factory position there up to there. So that lines up, so the timing references are good. On the top, hopefully you can see it, the water jacket points didn't quite line up. So I've had to just move them out before it got machined. Here, here, and here there was no holes that lined up with the head gasket, so I drilled them out. And again, these ports didn't quite line up, so I've just got the die grinder in there and cleaned them up. Otherwise, it all bolts on, twin cam head, away laughing. So should be good. Pretty bloody keen to get this together. it's been a long time since I've been properly excited for a build. I mean, the Ferrari was exciting, but it's not really a build. That's wheels, seats, little bits. It's more of a car I just enjoy. Even now, I've spent the day prepping for this, so we've got things painted, ready to go on. That bench has been outside all day as I've been painting away. So yeah, everything's cleaned up like new. Same down here. ITBs have just been washed, sump bits have been painted, timing bits have been painted. Up on the bench, the old bearings, look, they probably could have been ran, a little bit of shit's gone through them, but nothing major. Injectors, which I thought looked aftermarket, but a bit of research tells me they're stock. And where the 4H head came from, along with a T50 and all that jazz. But yeah, let's get this bloody thing together, eh? Head on. All cleaned up, both surfaces, bit of brake clean, bit of a rag, head, block, good to go, head gasket sitting on there. I used to when I was younger, put all the head studs in first. Changed my plans there these days. Head on first, head on. Especially these studs, I've just had a quick look at them. They're different lengths, I don't know where they go. So head on first and I can work that out. Not sure how thick this head gasket is. I could measure it. I've already got it. No point measuring it. It is what it is. Alright. Head on. See if I can line these dowels up first pop. Guarantee I don't. And I don't. Oh, there's one, I think. There we are. Both arm. Head is officially on the block. And I still don't know what bolts are longer than the others. Looks like the back one might be shorter. I'm just going to wing it, you know. Get the bolts. Do I start with the longer? Do I start with the shorter? I don't know. That one's too long. Is it the right packet? Yeah, looks like it. That one, it's pretty much, I'm just going to, oh no, that's not good. Yeah, pretty much just going to be feeling this out, seeing what one feels at home there. Use the magnet. I assume this is going to make complete sense to me. Otherwise, I am going to be... Oh, that one looks like it goes there. We've got a winner. We just keep trying, I think. I hope you guys are just as excited for this build as I am. I mean, when was the last time you guys saw a front-wheel drive car that was converted to rear-wheel drive? Really nicely too. That's going to be the aim. I don't want this to be a hack. I want it to be nice and good project. One I can actually hop in, drive on the road, and really enjoy. I think I've worked this out. I think the short ones go on the intake side and the long ones go on the exhaust side. Just in case you guys go through the same battle. The threads going into the block, I never put any of the molly on that, as they don't affect the torque so much. They just want to be wound in there pretty much finger tight, so I'll wind them all in now. I figure, why not video the process? Ramble away to the camera, just get my thoughts out there, you know. Probably should have put this on a rattle gun, but I picked up this one first. Wind this in. Oh, there's some stuff on this motor, like the inside valley of this head, that's just yuck. It looks like someone spilt bloody cordial through there the way it's stained. It's just this rusty orange colour. Realising now as well that I forgot to get spark plugs for it. And looks like the washers are going to be hard to get down here for these studs. You guys are going to have to take my word on it over there. But yeah, just going to work away. I definitely think looking at this project there's going to be a few challenges. I mean, first one's just going to be getting it on the road, making sure that I can get a roadworthy with the car as it is. Once I'm If you hear me hesitate in my voice, it's because I've seen something I'm unsure of. I'm just double checking my own work. But yeah, the next one's actually going to be pulling the factory motor out, the 1NZ or whatever it is will be easy enough. At least it's got coil packs to donate to this motor. Pull it out, pop this engine in. This engine will go in first with no gearbox, just as a proof of concept, work out what I've actually got to cut, if it's going to fit with the cross member. From what I own the car, I haven't really looked at it. So from the pictures I've seen online, because I just Google random pictures to work out if things will work, that's pretty much how my mind will work. If I'm lying in bed and I go, I wonder if I can do this, I'll look up a picture of that product. And for this one, it's just been pictures of cross members, steering racks. Oh, sorry about that. I just had a coughing fit. So yeah, look up random pictures of the products or the factory items, just so I can see how they roughly look, see if the proof of concept. For this one, it looks like the way they've done the Eco steering rack is similar to a real drive car, where it's in the middle of the car. So I should be able to make it work. I might even keep it power steering, put an Astra pump in or similar. Not quite sure there yet. That's an easier one to deal with at the end of it. It's probably the least of my problems, to be honest. But yeah, get the motor in, get it sitting where I want. Maybe make mounts, maybe not. Maybe just sit it in there, then cut the tunnel. Because the whole gearbox tunnel is going to have to be fabricated. It's not going to be any good how it is. It's going to be way too small. I think there's enough room just to run a bloody 1.5 inch exhaust or whatever they've got through. Oh, chuck some gloves on now. So the nuts and the washers get covered in moly grease, and that is sticky stuff that likes to go everywhere. Before you know it, it'll be all over the lens and I'm this far away from it. So we'll get them all lubed up in the box, get them ready to go. Now I can chuck them on, look up the torque value and knock that out. Been a while since I've done head studs on an engine. Some people find it scary. They feel like it's going to just pull out. I mean, if you do everything right, it's not scary. It's just general mechanicking, I guess. I had to grab some lube. ARP's nice, it comes with the moly grease. If you don't have it and you're just putting normal stuff together, you can always just use a bit of assembly lube. It's just to keep those bloody torque numbers right, you know. Keep everything lubricated so things do up, non-slip. Bit on both of moly on both sides of the washers. They were all stuck together anyway, so they come out of the box. Alright. Yeah. So gearbox tunnel fabricated. Then when I move to the rear end, I'm leaning towards, and I think it's going to be an S13 rear end in it, which should be easy enough because it's only 4 mounting points, but the subframe is way too wide for the car. So I'm still playing with a few ideas in my head of how I'm going to do that. I reckon I've pretty much got it sorted, but I need to pick up a subframe and all the rear end before I know if it's actually going to work, which I reckon that's going to be next video, is getting all that and getting the welder out and cutting stuff up. Because A, there's no point hacking the car up if I can't make that rear end fit. I have to go 9 inch or something silly. Definitely been offered them already. But I would like to go Sylvia, go independent rear, as it's just a bit more of my jam and it just suits the project a bit better. What else do we got? Fuel system. That shouldn't be too bad. That'll just go into the boot, fuel cell. I have to make myself a little bit of a firewall there. Not crazy. Wiring wise, easy. That's my bread and butter. It'll get a Haltech. If only Haltech came on board and bloody sponsored me for this one, it'd be nice. Have a digital dash. I'm not so sure if it'll be the IC7 or the UC10 yet, but definitely look in the part in the middle. And just a basic computer, because we've got no bells and whistles on this motor. It's going to have a couple of sensors, and that's about it. Very minimal. Might even have a go at tuning this one myself yet. Depends. There is a debate that this car gets nitrous as well. I'm not tuning that. Even basic tuning's, it's a bit out of my comfort zone, to be honest. Washers, everything's all lubed up. Here, I actually used the Allen key. The same one I tightened it up with. I used, oh, you bastard. So, the way it fits, the bolt is too big. Oh, now the Allen key's filthy. All right, there's the battle we're in now. The bolt, the way it sits is too big, or the washer's too big to actually go in. So the washer needs to go in before the studs. Hot tip, if you're playing at home, ready to build your own, put the washer in before you put the stud in, because it will not fit otherwise. Even now, can I get away with just loosening the stud off, pulling it up, and having the washer fall in? Probably not. Oh no, what a battle, eh? There we are. Loosen the stud off, drop the washer in. I'll do that for all of them. And then we can get to the fun bit of actually doing it up. You know what? Skip past this part. I'm going to grab a rattle gun, zip them all up, and we'll cut to the next step of doing the head stud. Head stud time. Wow, nut time. All the studs are in, all the washers are in. This little Milwaukee gun is a lifesaver here, as it's got a finger tight setting. So just putting all the nuts on, one at a time, no particular order. 1/2 inch socket, and hoping I don't lose any of them as I go down, as I drop one into the wrong spot. Oh, always the case as I think about it. Have to use the Allen key here, I think, as well. The 2N ones were easy. Balance it. Get the... Oh no! This isn't the job. This isn't the tool for the job. Although it's been modified a bit. I think it is going to be an adapter and an extension as I disappear pretty much off onto the side. Let's try this. Oh no. Might have hit a stalemate here. This socket's tiny. Let's do all the ones I can do. Far out. Did not expect this. Even this one I'm not going to be able to use to tighten them up, as it's too short. I might have to make my own bloody tool up here. And by make my own tool, I mean put the other one on a wrench and send it in a drill. Alright, it fits in that hole. How many holes can I get this down? So I waffle away to myself. Just imagining there's 4 people watching me right now just swearing, going, what the hell's he going on about? This is easy, buy the right bloody tools. Bugger ya. If I had the right bloody tools, I'd be a happy man right now though. Alright. So this is pretty shit. Damn it. Got this 1/2 inch socket that I've modified once, I dare say for an RB. Still got a bit of meat on there. Nice and simple. I'm going to put it on the wrench, have it spinning round, grab the flap disc, point it away from all the stuff of importance, and make it smaller. That was way harder than it needed to be. Jesus, that's warm. My socket milled right down with the grinder. Good to go now. Actually, first attempt, put it in there, got it stuck. A little bit of a panic trying to get it out. But now we get to do the head studs up. So this calls for 3 evenish sections up to 60 foot-pounds. Is that 60 foot-pounds? So we'll start the torque wrench. It's Ting Tools one. Starts at about 30, so we'll start there because that's just light. Follow roughly what the bolt pattern is, there or thereabouts. One or two might have been switched around how I do this, but that's good enough for me. We'll go through, tighten it all up. I'm just glad my socket fits now. There was a fair bit of panic in my mind that even if I ground this one down, it still wasn't going to fit. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to fix that on a Sunday afternoon. Well, Bunnings is open late, I guess, but I don't want to leave the house. This one's a bit loose. Swing around. Here we are. Alright. The M ones are easy. A lot of space around them. The rest, I guess the head's just a little wee lad. Was an engine a guy or a girl? Guess neither. How can it be? But get these all done up. Then it starts to look like a real motor. Guess the real question at the end of it is the timing belt I was supplied the right one to suit this bloody big block 4H? 30 Newton meters done. So we're going to 60, so let's go to about 45 now. Not Newton meters anyway, foot pounds. Yeah, we'll go about 45 foot pounds. They're only little M10 studs, so you can't do them up too tight anyway. And we won't have too much cylinder pressure. Pretty sure it works out to, oh no. That one wanted, oh, that's not good. Come back to that one. I might have to cut my socket down. It wanted to jump then. My socket might not be strong enough to hold this much torque. Oh no, did it again. This is a bit scary. What is hit? Oh, I'm just going to have to whip the end of my socket off. I think this one's taken a bit of a hiding before. So, let's modify the socket again. Dramas, eh? All I'm going to do here, cut the end off the socket, just grind down the edge of the stalk a little bit, because the teeth look a little bit worn in there. Disaster. This is a bit of a shit show, to be honest. Well, I'm an idiot. I was using a 13mm socket, thought it was slipping. It was slipping because it was the wrong body size. It's 12mm. I didn't need to machine it down at all. I put a 12mm 3/8 with an adapter down there. I've actually just cut it down because it had taken a hiding before. So this should work now. Let's keep going at 45 because I think even though it was slipping at a little bit more torque, we should be okay now. There we are. Just holding a fair bit of pressure on the end of the wrench because I don't want it to jump off. And this is the only multi-sided socket I've got. The rest are just single sides. So let's get through this. Wish I bought spark plugs. I hate leaving the holes on the top exposed. I guess I got the old ones sitting there. I think I do anyway. And put those back in. I don't even know what spark plugs this engine takes. If it takes the same as a Nissan motor, I've got them there. Alright. Last 4 on this section. Honestly, this is nearly the most I've ever played with Toyota 4-cylinder stuff. I've wired up one 4H. Easy enough, an engine's an engine to wire up. But actually playing with the mechanical side, they're very basic. If you're a young guy or like an apprentice or we want to get, if someone wants some advice on what engine to start with, this would be the one. It is so simple, you really can't go wrong. Alright, 45 foot pounds done. Let's go up to 60. We got as markers. We got 59, add 1. Here we go, right there. 60 foot pounds final torque. We'll do 2 passes like this, just to ensure that it's correct. Get into your home. There we are. One foot on the bottom of the stand so it doesn't move. I don't know, you guys let me know if you like me doing videos where I'm just talking the way I work in. I can do more of them sometimes. I think this build I'm going to probably get one of my mates to come over a little bit and film me as I work a bit too. Just because there's going to be a little bit more going on. And it should be a bit of a fun build. Well, I'm bloody excited for it. Hopefully it's a fun one for you guys to watch. As you see me destroy a perfectly good car. And hopefully make it into an amazing car. Worst case, I just destroy a car. But as a kid, who didn't love pulling apart a Hot Wheel? I did see when I read the ARP paperwork, obviously too late, that there was directions on where the bolts go. Would have been nice first. But who reads instructions apart from finding out a torque setting? Alright. Here we are. All looking good. You ever finish talking something up, laying in bed at night going, did I do the right setting? Have to get out of bed, half naked, go into the garage and just check it? It's happened to me before. Even now, double check the reference point, make sure it's right. Just having a play. Alright, that is done. Get some parts set up and let's get this timing belt on there. I think I'm done for the night. Probably not for this video. I really want to close off this motor. I've just been fighting a bloody battle. Show you guys what it is. Jump down here in front of me. So timing belt's all on, which is battling enough just because I want to line up all the marks properly, which they are now. Trying to use the MRP tensioner. All well and good. Can put it on there, pull that in. Then the belt hits the trigger kit. I dare say you just can't use those two in combo. Belt feels really good as it is. So I think we'll be okay. Just unbolt that in a second because there's no point leaving that in the middle. But yeah, everything's on. Trigger kit's got a little braid on it. Don't have any spare plugs at the moment, so that can stay like that. But she's good, I think. The sink, and potentially drill a hole in the cam cover, and there'll be a cherry sensor that comes off into the middle here, wiring out the back, so you won't see anything. Because it'll be pretty cool to have it so it just doesn't look like there's a trigger kit at all. I mean, the center one's hidden, so why not hide the home sensor? One thing I really don't like. I debated painting, but I was going to lose my marks. These bloody purple cam gears. Not sure what I'm going to do there. Wouldn't mind some nicer looking ones. I don't know if... Let me know what you reckon. I just don't like the purple. I know it means I got to pull the timing belt off again, but I'm willing to do it. Yeah, they just don't do it for me. Tomorrow night, I'll probably put the sump on. Maybe later tonight. I need to eat. I need to go for a walk. I need to eat. I'm excited for this bloody thing, but she's coming along. I want to put the throttle bodies, they're down there. I want to get them up on the motor. There's still a little bit of water neck stuff that it needs to be done, but that can wait. New O-ring still coming for the dipstick. Yeah, that tensioner really did my head in. I don't even know what belt that disc is meant for. Wow. Oh, I know this engine doesn't have a belt that's properly for it. So this one works for it, but I don't know what this belt was intended for factory. But it's on here now. Hope I put the writing's the right way around. That would cook me. It does my head in when people put the writing on backwards. Anyway, let's finish this bloody thing off tomorrow night. And just like that, she's looking like a real motor. Kind of just dived into it and got a heap done. Timing's all done. Heap of comp. Feels amazing. I'll spin that over in half a minute. The ITBs are bolted on properly, so that's good. Mind you, the trumpets and the rocker covers, I tried to paint strip and I failed miserably. Absolutely failed on those ones. It just did not work for me. But hey, I'll get them bead blasted or something. Not trumpets, I think I'd actually like to go a little bit longer. But for now, I've just chucked some silver paint onto the buggers because I wanted to see what it would look like, half complete like that, and then just some black paint on the rocker covers just so I could see that as well. Just gives me a bit of a proof of concept, you know. Gets the ideas flowing. The purple gears I hate. I do not like it. The oil cap is just there for show. It doesn't even suit this motor, but I wanted it to look complete. I think I'd actually like to go front cover on there. Maybe a standard one, maybe a clear one I just paint black. But at the moment, don't like that. And got a bit of a gap down here because of the taller block. Extractors, selling them. Hate these ones. Just don't like the look. Not my jam. It's just not for me. Got another set I'm trying to buy, so hopefully I'll get them. Need to block that hole where the Dizzy used to go because he's gone. Down in there, which you probably can't see, these wires coming up out of it is the lower trigger, and the upper will be in the exhaust cam. Nice and simple. What else we got? Water neck on the back, that's good to go. Going to change that fitting to a dash fitting, either dash 6 or dash 8, either size will be fine. Because over here we've got all the water parts. This one here, going to cut the top off that, shave that down, cut that fitting off the back, weld an A in on the back, probably drill and tap a hole in the front for a water temp sensor, or maybe in the top. This one here, going to get cleaned up, remove that fitting. That one here, same thing, remove that. I think there was 4 water temp sensors on this motor. Oh, there's the old one from the back. Oh, and I have to remake that bloody thing. Man, it's disgusting. I can't even use that as a base. That's dreadful. With that, where does that put? Oh, that bolts onto the back of the water pump. If anyone's got an option of one I can just buy straight off the back of there, let me know, because that's dreadful, and at the moment it's just keeping it so I don't forget that I need to do something, because that's disgusting. So go there, water pump, thermostat housing, up to the back and into the lower hose. Nice and simple. Still a little stuff to go on this motor, but that's alright. Feeling like it's complete for now. I guess let's turn it over and finish this video off. Oh, I'm bloody excited to get the car home and actually get into the proper stuff, you know. And here we are, just for good measure, just a little bit of a crank. You'll hear it happening. More just a bit of proof it's done, you know. She's all turning over good. You can hear the comp coming out the exhaust, which is what I want. Obviously I'd like to hear it running more than anything. So this is not next step, that's a few steps off yet. Anyway, close this one out. Hopefully next video we're going to be modifying a rear subframe to work with the Echo.